President Irfaan Ali came in for high commendation on Monday from the Guyana Council of Organizations for Persons with Disabilities over his announcement of a one-off $100,000 cash grant and other measures for children living with disabilities. Speaking with Nightly News during an interview on Monday, Program Coordinator of the Council, Gani Singh, said that the grant is indeed timely and will go a far way in cushioning the expenses parents who have children with disabilities face daily.
Aware of the difficulties those parents and guardians they encounter in covering the basic needs of those children. There are additional expenses such as diapers, medication in some cases, transportation, especially if that child uses a wheelchair or is blind, or even any other disability, they might have to use a taxi and so on. So there are additional expenses. So we're very, very pleased for those parents and guardians and the children with disabilities who will receive that $100,000.
President Ali at the weekend, during a meeting with members of the disability community, assured them that he will take action to address the long-standing issues faced with accessing public assistance. Singh underscored that accessing public assistance grants has been plagued with difficulties for a number of years, and despite several calls for improved systems, the process remained the same. He said the government's willingness to intervene in this matter demonstrates that the voices of persons living with disabilities are finally being heard.
A lot of the difficulties persons face in accessing public assistance, especially children with disabilities and adults, those difficulties would be addressed because, we've heard nightmarish stories of people trying to get public assistance and, they're given and told all kind of things by the officers and so on. So the president would, said that he would address this and ensure that children with disabilities, and I'm quite sure adults too, can access public assistance with much more ease. This is a sore topic that we've been calling to be addressed, calling for ages.
Additionally, the head of state indicated that government also plans to construct business centers for persons with disabilities in every region. President Ali divulged that the centers will feature 5 workstations, which will allow persons to manufacture varying products ranging from crafts to snacks and a retail space for the products to be sold. The centers will also include a therapy room. Singh highlighted that this major step would guarantee jobs for persons living with disabilities, many of whom are currently unemployed.
The majority of persons with disabilities in Ghana are unemployed, and hence they live in impoverished circumstances. And these business centers that are going to be established, the first one in Region 6, with a partnership from the Office of the First Lady, Her Excellency, and the government, that's going to provide employment, I think, for about 30 persons initially, and then an additional 30. And if that's going to be rolled out in all the different regions, as the president would have said, again, you'll have a lot of persons with disabilities who are employed.
The disability rights advocate underlined that another need of persons living with disabilities that requires attention is for them to be included in the country's workforce. Earlier this year, Singh had shared details of a funding crisis among local organizations supporting persons living with disabilities, resulting in many of them becoming dormant or unable to carry out their respective functions. According to him, many of them are struggling to stay afloat with the absence of adequate funding from government and other bodies. Temika Rodney reporting for the HGB Nightly News.